I had a great experience this morning manifesting paradise on earth, and in this video, I want you to know how to do the same. I have called this document that I'm about to share with you, There Is No Fork. I wanted to call it There Is No Spoon, pointing to a scene from The Matrix, but I already had a document called that, so here we are with a document called There's No Fork, pointing to the scene where Neo in The Matrix is sitting in front of a boy that is bending spoons. And the boy tells him, well, you can bend the spoon when you realize there is no spoon. It's you that is bending yourself. Pointing to one of the deepest truths of manifestation, and that is that it's you. You are observing a character, but the external world, the world that you're looking at, is a reflection of your consciousness as well. It's a creation of you. In this video, I will do my best, and I think it will be very powerful to explain to you that you are awareness. So you are not the character, the human being that you are observing. And going from there, how do you then start creating a paradise out of your life? So how do you live in a world where everything is according to your demands? I will make a few simple drawings here on my iPad, but that will clarify everything you need to know before entering into the weekend. Okay? Stick here and watch these. I think it will be taught in a new way that you maybe have never heard before. So let's give it a go. First off, we need to talk about that you are awareness. I will make a drawing out of that. Then we need to talk about how you move, that when you walk out in reality, you're actually not walking. You are always standing still and reality is running through you. Kind of weird, but go with me. And then we will talk about how when you are present, your life force is flowing. When you are caught in a thought or in an emotion or in an image, life force is not flowing. How when you branch out energy, positive or negative, when you focus on something, you ask God, source, consciousness, Allah, whatever you call it, you ask God to create that on behalf of you. And the simple example, I will come back to it, but it was basically me recreating a wonderful experience this morning by simply being aware of it as one of the only things I was aware of, except for my wife and children. Okay? Good. Let's talk about it. So, you believe that you are this character. Let's draw it out. Interacting with, let's say that this is supposed to be a globe, reality. Right. But right now, I need you to get the sensation that you are actually the observer of it. You are observing a character that interacts with reality. So, and you've seen me draw this before, and don't worry, it will become much more deep than this in this video. But you are this, and this is an I, and we call that awareness. We can also call it consciousness. But you are conscious of being a specific person with specific beliefs, thoughts, and emotions interacting with a reality. Right. You think, wrongfully so, that you are this. And this video and a lot of spiritual practices is obviously pointing to that you are this. This awareness in you never has a thought, has an emotion, has an experience. It's always aware of that. It's aware of a thought. So if we take what happens, let's say if you close your eyes, and this happens also when you open your eyes, but let's start with closed eyes. If we go down and say, okay, this awareness, we can just draw it down here. This awareness, when you close your eyes, imagine that you have a screen. And on this screen, everything you will ever experience happens. Memories, thoughts, imagination, whatever you want. But I'm actually saying that on this screen also physical experience happens. right? So everything you will ever experience happens in your awareness. It's just easier to get the sensation of what is you with eyes closed. But actually, you can just do it with eyes open. You can just say, okay, who's aware? Who's aware of this thought that I'm having right now? Who's aware of Chris on the screen? But if I ask you, so where am I talking right now? Where do you experience me talking? You will maybe point to that I'm talking in Denmark. If you know that I live in Denmark, you will say you're talking in my screen or whatever in this YouTube video. Yeah, but where do you get the experience? So where in you have I arrived right now when I'm talking? And that is hard to recognize with eyes open because there's so much stimuli. But you would maybe say in my ears, in my brain, but you are aware of it. And you can get the sensation of that by closing your eyes and maybe upholding an image while I'm talking, and see that this image that you are having in your mind, in your awareness, exists in the same place as my voice right now. The words I'm saying somehow appears next to this image. And this is your awareness. And it's all there ever will be in your reality, because you exist as awareness. And you have localized yourself in a human being, and you are aware of this human being interacting with reality. This will become much more deep, but I just need this introduction so that you understand, okay, what is happening? Who am I? And a great practice in meditation, and the reason why you're doing it is obviously to become present, but also to realize this non-separation that starts off with separation. So you realize, okay, I am not this thought I'm thinking. Later on the spiritual path, you can realize, yes, I am, I'm all of it. But to begin with, to liberate yourself, realize the hell on earth that I'm experiencing, the bad thoughts, the bad emotions, they are not me. I'm aware of them, but my awareness is always intact. And that's the next sensation I want you to get. Let's scroll down a bit. I want you to realize that awareness is untouchable. Some would say God is perfect, and that's the same word. Try to see if you can sense that as you're sitting right here listening to me, nothing I could say could affect your awareness. Your awareness is whole. It could be aware of a thought that you were annoyed or that you felt something. It could be aware of an emotion. So it could be aware of that your character felt hurt or that your character felt a sensation, but awareness could never be that. Right? Does that make sense? Can you see how there's a shield in front of awareness, and going back into that source of creation, which is the source of every thought you will ever have, every experience, every emotion. In here, there's like a kind of a safe room. Nothing can hit that awareness because it cannot, at least you are not able to change it. Maybe it can change itself, but you as a human character cannot influence that awareness. Awareness is just aware. Right? It is existence itself. Good. Okay. Next up, I then want you to know that this character and this I, they have the fun relationship because this moves, but this is still. Okay? And that sensation is the next sensation I need you to get here with me on this video. I need you to get the sensation of that consciousness is still, and that this is a movie. I'm writing it a bit fast. Should we just write it again? Movie. Okay. See if you can get that sensation. I don't know if you are driving right now, sitting in your office, laying in your couch, whatever. But can you get the sensation that awareness in you is observing a movie? Even if you're walking, then it's just the movie changing, but awareness is still centered in the center of the universe. Really, really weird, maybe mind-blowing example I'm giving you, but can you get that sensation? Feel into it. Don't ask mind what to do, because the mind cannot comprehend this, but feel into it. That right now you are existing as the center of the universe, and everything flows through you as a 3D hologram, a 3D movie. So you're in one of those very advanced cinemas right now. Okay? Can you get the sensation? Try to pause this video, stand up, walk around your table, and walk as reality. I've told you to do this before, but walk around knowing consciousness does not move. Consciousness is somehow experiencing an awareness moving, so watch it as the movie in front of you changes. Can you really sense that? Because it's important. So, okay, wonderful. Then see if you can find the sensation that this movie is not necessarily something for you to interact with. You don't have to be aware of it. So if you can picture yourself as this golden globe right now, reality is running through you. Can you get the sensation that, try to look at something in your room, can you get the sensation that this invisible golden light that you are is somehow being stretched out to focus on this lamp? Right? So when you are paying attention to something, you can stay with source, you can just be present. It's here, you will notice it slightly, but once you pay attention to something, you stretch it. We call that attention, because it's tensionized awareness. Right? Awareness under tension. Okay? You can take it back if you want to, like a rubber band, let it go, present again. But you can also keep paying attention to it. Yes, good. So now I want you to have the next realization. Before we move into the good stuff, what to do to manifest paradise on earth. So when you are in the eye, I don't think that should be red. Let's make it blue. When you are in the eye, you are some kind of in a flow. This is a river, right? Your life force is flowing. You are just, imagine the sound of just this wonderful storm that you have invited in running through you, right? If you've ever been out in a great storm and it's coming from behind you, and you just let your arms down and you can just almost feel it carrying you. Trying to have that sensation right now. And that is what you are in the present moment. Source is just carrying you through life. It's really just carrying you, giving you a wonderful experience. Life is supposed to be an amusement park. It is what is it is. It's why you're here. You've just forgot. You are an extension of God having amnesia. Good. Once you then tensionize that flow, I want you to have the sensation of that this great feeling is somehow blocked. So we block it off, and we stop growing as a tree, and we branch it out into, for example, a bill. Right? You tensionize that. Okay, asking it to grow leaves and become more solid in your life. So you are instead of just letting the tree grow as it's supposed to grow, it's perfectly capable of growing a tree that you are going to like, but you insist, no, but I'm only going to like it if there's a branch here. So you branch out that energy, and no matter if it's negative or positive, you create it. You are sending it through yourself to be created as a world that you are aware of, because consciousness is also external reality. Right. So maybe I should have drawn that. Should we go back to that? So these right here, you are awareness, but all of this exists inside of it. So all of this, let me take the blue circle here. all of this is what is you. You are all of it. It exists in your awareness. So awareness is, we should actually draw it like this, where awareness is the entire universe, and then there's a character, and then there's reality. So we have different levels, right? So this right here is the character, this right here is physical reality. So that you get the sensation of that it exists inside of itself in multiple layers. Okay? So it's not separate in circles, it's separate closing in on itself. It does not really make sense in a 3D world, but it makes perfect sense in a higher dimensional world. It does not matter if your energy is positive or negative, because awareness is the thing manifesting. Not positive awareness, not negative awareness. It's just thoughts and emotions tied to your awareness. And if you listen to some of my other videos, you will know that I point to the fact that, or at least my fact, is that emotions, they are the sensation of the discrepancy between awareness and mind. So if awareness knows truth, which is actually just all there is, and it's you, and you have the capability to be aware of anything, when you then tell a story that is less than everything, then you will feel bad. So you tell yourself an unpreferred story, your awareness knows better, which makes you feel bad, so it's actually a signal. So a bad emotion is actually a wonderful experience because it tells you that you are lying to yourself. That either you or a physical experience or whatever is not truth, and it's something that you don't. There's a better story for you, if that makes sense. Good. So how do I then manifest a good experience? I want to give you my example from this morning, and then I want to give you an exercise. And let's just keep this on the screen right now, this river of flowing awareness. This morning, I was handing in my 2 youngest daughters. And I remember telling myself on the way in, because the air felt nice, I said, it's a perfect day today. And obviously I'm experienced in this, so this is my normal demeanor, because I know it means a lot to me experiencing the physical reality that I want to experience. So I said this, right? I was aware of a thought. This is a perfect day. And I was in a good mood, and I was smiling. And here comes this guy. He has a great energy. And maybe he has that because I say he has it. Maybe because I'm aware of it, and maybe he exists in me. But let's just go with the human interaction now. Let's forget about awareness for a second. And he points at me and he said, I like that smile. But it's also Friday. So enjoy the Friday. And yeah, it's just, you know how these small energy moments really can boost you, right? And I loved that. And I told myself, this is always what happens. He's always like that, but this is also a perfect, typical morning. And I had not paid attention to a lot with my awareness that morning, except for my wife and daughters. I was just interacting with it, but I had no thoughts about the day. And so this was the first time this morning that I really paid attention to something. And reality responded with 2 more examples. In a minute, I just walked out after handing them in, and 2 more people commented on something in relationship to me, people that I've never talked to before. And I smiled driving back home after handing them in, because I knew this is how instant manifestation is. When you are in the present moment, and when you're using your awareness in the preferred way of reiterating the preferred story, how well do I recognize paradise on earth? And by recognizing paradise on earth in small moments, I'm creating more paradise on earth for myself to be aware of. Could I have been aware of bad stuff this morning is then the important question that leads us to the exercise. Obviously. Why wouldn't I have been able to do that? Because I'm awareness, I'm all there is. So good experiences exist inside of me, bad experiences exist inside of me, because everything exists inside of my awareness. Houses I don't like, houses I do like, cars I don't like, cars I do like, love, hate, it all, health, and the opposite, sickness, right? It's all here for me to experience and be aware of. So here comes the exercise. Imagine that you are this flow on this screen that I've just showed you. I know it's absolutely a marvelous piece of art, and that's just something I do. But I want you to go, okay, let's go to the exercise. Sorry, I lost myself in my own joke. The exercise is that you should, I don't know if you've ever played Guitar Hero. There's this game where you should hit the notes in a song, and in the notes are they are running towards you on the screen, and you're picking the notes to play. And I want you to do the same right now. With your entire physical experience, I want you to sit down. I want you to imagine that you are source, because you are, so it's not imagining that you are source. And we are creating this highway through you. Okay? A highway is running through you right now. And then I want you to imagine that everything that happens right now in your life is running on this road through you. Because that's how it is. So imagine bills, people, cars, houses, health. See if you can have non-attachment to it. See if you can recognize that you are source, and whatever happens in you, because you all there is, really is not important, because it will always exist. If you want to manifest tomatoes, well, you are not going to delete cucumbers and lettuce. It's still there. Bills still exist, even though you choose abundance. But you keep on saying to me, but why did I have this bad dream then? Why did I get this bill then? Why do I have this car then? Well, you have it all. You are all there is. But why are you paying attention to it? Right? And Esther Hicks would say, I'm just asking you to pay a bit less attention to what you don't want and pay more attention to what you do want, which is exactly this. Right? This is exactly what she means. So do this exercise with me right now. Close your eyes, sit down, breathe, and just see it. You can picture it as a road or as this stream of light. And see if you can invite in, not with mind, but with awareness, things that is right now going on in your life. And things that you do not like, see if you can let them pass. And do not like, it's a label. And so don't add that. See it as neutral, but start to see things running through you. And you can let the same things run through you several times if it fills up more of your conscious being right now. Let it run through you and see if you can, instead of interacting with the negative things, if you can just let them run through you, pay no attention to it, and then when something good happens in the stream of consciousness, a river or a road that is running through you right now, grab it and decide to pay attention to that. See if you can stop the flow, pay attention to it, say that you love it, it's perfect. Say that it's always like this, and that it's part of you, it exists in you as you, and then let it run through again. Let it run through for another 10 seconds, pick something again. So it's almost like pulling one of these one-armed casino machines. I don't know what they're called in English. Slot machines. So pull, and then every time you do it, the flow stops, so it, right? And you always get the perfect numbers. Okay? See, do this exercise with me. And notice how this reassembles your day-to-day physical experience in totality. This is what you do every day. Things are running through you, and you are deciding, are they you? Are they your preferred view? Are they something to pay attention to? And what you have been doing up until now in your life, I'm doing it as we speak, so that's why I'm sitting with eyes closed. What you have been doing up until now is that you've paid attention to the wrong things. You are grabbing things in this stream of totality. All there is, things you do not like, but you keep on grabbing onto them. Let me pay attention to this bill. Let me pay attention to this thing I don't like. And I want you to do two things in this exercise to really grasp the sensation that this is what you're doing. I want you, and this exercise is not done yet, so stick with me. I want you to do two things. Pay attention to the good stuff. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. But I could also invite you in to comment on neutral experiences as if they are perfect, or comment on negative experiences as if they never happened or that they are perfect, or rewrite them. So you could grab a negative thing in this stream of consciousness, change it in your imagination. I'm doing it as we speak, so that's why I'm sitting with eyes closed still. And then comment on it, and then let it run through you. And then see if it next time it hits your consciousness in this road, see if it has changed. And from my own experience, change it 2 or 3 times, then the next time it runs through your experience, it immediately changes. The moment it enters into your consciousness, boom, it's new. Good. Now you have changed your awareness of that thing. And then I want you to really ramp up the speed of that, and then I want you to open your eyes, and then I want you to know that it's still going on as you have opened your eyes. It's still going on. Now life is running through you, and there are good and there are bad experiences. There are tomatoes and there are cucumbers and there's lettuce. But you create what is more on the road with your awareness. I forgot to say that. So once you start paying attention to something in this stream of awareness, it becomes more present in your awareness. So if I pay attention to this car, more of that car will come. If I pay attention to this house, more of that house will start showing. And my job is simply to recognize it as me and recognize the good feeling and know that there's no lack, I have it. And that the desire, once the car comes into my awareness, the house comes into my awareness, the health comes into my awareness, fulfillment is with the thought or the idea of that. So desire and fulfillment, they come together. My mind is telling me, no, you don't have it. But screw that mind, right? That's the devil mind. Fulfillment actually comes in the moment of you recognizing your desire. Oh, that feels good. And that's actually, fulfillment is the only way that you know it's a desire of yours. If it does not fulfill you, you would not pay attention to it as if it's a desire. So you've just jumped in between with a mind story saying, I cannot have this in my awareness. Well, feel fulfillment now. So feel the fulfillment of that good flow of all the good things, and stay in that flow, and now and until that flow running through you is just only wonderful things. A wonderful dream reality, a wonderful partner, a wonderful car, a wonderful house, a wonderful traveling the world, a wonderful experience with my friends, a wonderful. Okay? Keep the sensation when you open your eyes and know that you are source. Stay in the present moment and just interact with your day. And once something good happens, then pay attention to it. Oh, I love this. I love this. But other than that, don't latch onto it. So you're really practicing non-attachment, and that is the most natural form of manifestation. It is just being aware of your own awareness, so self-awareness, enough for you to recognize that it is my awareness that creates on behalf of me by what I'm aware of being. So what thoughts do I put into this stream, this road running through me? What images do I put into? And if you keep on talking about lack, right? If you keep on experiencing the lack of stuff, you are not noticing and realizing that you are awareness. It cannot exist outside of you. Nothing that will ever happen in your life exists outside of you. So try this experience today and start experiencing paradise on earth by staying present until something preferable happened, and choosing, this is my preferred way. I love this, I love this, I love this. And whatever I hate, well, why would I choose hell on earth? So it still exists in the totality of all experiences. And if I want it, I can choose it. But why would I? Right? Hopefully this gives you some insight. It's a weird half-an-hour video, but it's also a very powerful video, and I hope you can see that. And yeah, talk to you soon. Get out of here. Bye.